It's advice you've heard here on Studio 5. Think big with your home accessories, like big scale. That, the design experts tell us, is the true definition of decorating to scale. Choosing larger and fewer things totally requires a shift in our thinking, though, our decorating mindset. So today we're zeroing in on art. We have asked our guests to take a deep dive on large prints and paintings that will fill and dress our walls, how to find them, afford them, and use them. E-design expert Melissa Reynolds is joining me. Great to see you.
Thank you.
So would you say this is a new approach to art specifically?
Yes, for sure. I mean, art in home decor is not anything new, obviously, but we're seeing this new surge of oversized pieces and that are really large scales that are coming out now, and it's really fun. And I think the reason that they're so popular is because they make such a huge impact and make such a big, bold, dramatic statement in a space.
So previously, where we might do a little grouping or a photo gallery, now we're blowing that up, blowing it out with this guy, right? Like bigger size pieces.
Well, if you think about it, if you have a couple of small pieces on here, like they're fine and they look good, but you walk in the room and you see this guy and it's like, wow, it's like a huge, bold statement. And so that's just a great way to freshen up your space and to also add impact to your home.
Where are you seeing these large art places within the home?
So there's a couple different places that I think they look really great. I love seeing them placed over furniture pieces.
Okay.
So over a sofa, in the entryway, over a console table. They look great in bedrooms, over headboards, and over dressers, and they're especially beautiful over the fireplace mantle as well.
These are gorgeous, gorgeously styled shots. When we say big, how big are we talking?
Well, I mean, that can be probably up for debate a little bit.
Okay.
But I would say anywhere from 18 by 24 and above. So you want to make sure when you walk into a space, you see a huge, it grabs your attention.
Yeah.
So if you kind of, from across the room, you can't really tell what it is, then it's probably not considered oversized.
You're going to help us shop. You're going to help us hang. First, though, help us avoid some common mistakes. Like you say, people hanging these art pieces too high.
Yes, I think there's some common mistakes. Art too high, we always hear that it needs to be at eye level, and that's because you want to be able to look at it and enjoy it. So make sure you're hanging your art at eye level.
And this probably especially applies to these larger pieces, right?
Yes,
Because they fill up such a bigger
they
wall
do.
real estate.
And you want to make sure that they feel like they're a cohesive piece with the furniture that's below it.
They can't be too small.
So too small, it looks like it's floating on the wall in space. Another mistake is I think people assume that beautiful artwork is expensive, and that may have been the case years ago, but the internet has provided like wonderful resources for us that we can find beautiful artwork from artists all across the world.
And surprising, it's a mistake if you don't absolutely love it.
Yes, so I think people get stuck in this trap where they think, I have a blank wall here and I feel pressure, I have to cover it with something.
Right, the white is staring you in the face.
So I just buy the first thing that's kind of cute off the shelf, but don't do that. Don't. Like, spend some time and find something that means something to you or that really speaks to you and that makes you feel good inside. That's
that feels so arty. Does it speak to you?
It's artsy.
But you want to love it, right?
Yes, you want to have a reaction when you see it, and that's what you're looking for.
Okay, so your trip for hanging art, how do we get it at the right level?
So everybody hates hanging art. It's a pain in the neck, especially when there's little D-rings on both sides of the art.
How do you guesstimate that, really?
So I have this little trick that I've used for years and years.
Okay.
I take a piece of painter's tape, I hang it from one side of the D-ring to the other. Okay, this is where the nails go. I take a little screwdriver, put a hole in it.
Okay.
You see that? Then you take this paint or this tape off of the, stick it on the wall, and then you know exactly where to put your holes.
Why have I never learned that until this moment in my little life?
It's a good tip,
That's a great tip. So the tape right there tells you exactly.
And then you can use your level above the tape to make sure that that it's level.
Sure.
So, but it's so much easier than measuring and moving and putting it back up.
I'm feeling so bad for my husband right now,
I know,
who usually does all of the above, the measuring, the hanging, and the renailing.
Mine as well.
Where have you shopped and sourced some of these gorgeous pieces? Because they are stunning.
So these are some of my favorite artists, some of my favorite shops that I use all the time. This one right here is a beautiful painting from an online shop called Jenny's Art Prints. So she has downloadable images that you purchase. So it's not an actual physical print that they mail you in the mail. You download the image of a print and then you send it to your favorite place to be printed off, like Costco or Walgreens or anything like that. You print it off and then you put it in your own frame.
What's impressive, I know it's a flat print, but the texture of the original piece
so it's a really great quality, even though it's an image that has been downloaded off your computer.
Love it. Pretty colors.
So this piece down here is a darling watercolor from Etsy. Etsy is a perfect place to source art. There's so much inspiration there.
How do you search Etsy to find pieces like this that are so cute and so stylish?
So I like the printable options. I think they're a lot more budget friendly. I like to be able to send them where I want to be printed. So I always search printable watercolor art or printable landscape art, printable photography art.
You like to retain the control of how and where you print it.
Yes, that's me. And again, it's better on the budget. It's cheaper to do it that way. I always frame them in frames from Michaels. They have the best selection and they have really great prices and they're really great quality frames.
If you hit a sale too, it's like a double down.
And they usually have sales.
Right.
So
There's always a coupon out there somewhere.
Yes.
This one caught my attention because of the palette. I mean, it's sophisticated.
So this one's more of an abstract print. I'm kind of drawn to abstract. I love the colors that are kind of molded together. This is from a studio called Parima Studio. She has a website. She does send you the physical prints.
I love that.
She has tons of beautiful prints you can choose from.
And from a design perspective, are abstracts good to decorate around? If the art piece is the first thing you buy, I have to think you could easily match a rug or tapestries or pillows.
I think in general, they're probably the easiest thing to decorate around, and there's so many colors in here that you can take inspiration from. So and generally most people tend to love the look of it. So
yeah, they're pleasing. They feel sophisticated.
Yes.
This is our friend of the day.
This guy is our friend, Henry.
Hi, Henry.
That's what we're naming him. So this is also a downloadable image from Etsy. It was $3 for me to download this print.
Stop.
And then I printed it off at Walgreens, and it was $7. So it was $10 for this giant piece of art. Walgreens has coupons as well. So all these print shops, Staples does it, Walgreens, Costco, Alpha Graphics, they don't usually have coupons, but these other ones have coupons all the time. So you can get such great deals on printing it out. So it was $10 for this.
$10.
$10, and it's a huge piece of art. This frame came from Michaels as well. I used a coupon, but I mean, it's just crazy that you can get a piece this big for so inexpensively.
So help me here. I'm always tempted to go quirky. I would put this in the kind of the quirky art category.
Sure.
Where would you hang this? Something fun and a little more offbeat.
It depends on your personality. Like if you want to hang this in your living room, I say go for it.
Really?
I think it's awesome. If you love to be quirky and you love kind of unexpected things, then do it. It's also perfect for a child's room, a playroom, maybe a den, an office.
Henry becomes part of the family at that point.
He's
okay,
awesome.
One more minute. Quickly talk us through these.
Okay, this one over here is from Jenny's Print Shop. I'll talk about really quick. I printed it on an outdoor canvas, which is a tip that the owner of the shop gives on her website. So it's made out of the same material as outdoor banners.
Oh.
And so I printed this off at Alpha Graphics. It was $60, and this frame around here was $20 from IKEA, and it's meant to go around textiles. So this gives you a more kind of dimensional look.
Yeah, the wave is
and the
cool.
texture. And it was under $100, and look how big it is.
It has a bend to it, a texture to it. I love the black and white abstract.
This one is from a local artist, Christy Adele. She's also
beautiful.
Wonderful.
I could pick that out and feel good about that.
Yes.
A little more than I could, Henry. And then don't underestimate photography.
Oh, no. Photography is awesome. This is from local photographer Jess Kettle.
We love her.
I saw it on her Instagram, and I think I gasped out loud because I just fell in love with it. And that's kind of the reaction that you should have when you're looking for art for your home. It needs to create an emotion inside of you. It needs to be worthy to hang on your walls.
You have inspired us to find the worthy pieces, to update our wall in big scale size, and you help clients do this all the time through your e-design services.
Yes, I do design. It's all done electronically, so I can take measurements from your space and do a design electronically, and then you can purchase items on your own whenever you want.
She can help you find Henry and any other art piece.
If you don't love Henry, we can get an elephant.
How can we connect with you, Melissa?
My website is brasshouseinteriors.com, or I'm on Instagram at brasshouseinteriors.
Great advice. Great advice. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.